viewers, this is Nimrod TV. I am MARYAM. OLUGBODE. Today, I'll be taking you through the history of the Zulu Kingdom, from origins to legacy. The Zulu Kingdom stands as one of the most formidable African polities of the 19th century, a symbol of military prowess, political centralization, and cultural resilience. Its history is deeply intertwined with the broader socio-political changes that transformed Southern Africa in the wake of migrations, internal conflicts, and European expansionism. From a minor chiefdom among many in the southeastern region of modern-day South Africa, the Zulu Kingdom, under the leadership of Shaka Zulu, rapidly expanded into a powerful state, reshaping the political landscape of the region. However, its interactions with European settlers and colonial forces ultimately led to its disintegration as an independent entity. Despite its military defeat, the Zulu Kingdom left an indelible mark on African history, with its influence persisting in South African culture, politics, and identity to this day. The Zulu people trace their origins to the larger Nguni ethnic group, which migrated southward from Central Africa over centuries. By the 16th and 17th century, various Nguni-speaking communities had settled in what is now KwaZulu-Natal, South Africa, forming a complex mosaic of chiefdoms. Among these, the Zulu clan, a relatively small entity, lived under the rule of a series of minor chiefs, including Kona, the father of the kingdom's future founder, Shaka. Early Zulu society was structured around kinship networks and cattle-based economies, where wealth and social status were measured largely by ownership of livestock. Political authority was decentralized, with numerous chiefdoms vying for power through shifting alliances and intermittent skirmishes. However, as the population grew and resource competition intensified, the region experienced increasing social and political instability, a backdrop that set the stage for the dramatic transformations that would follow. The transformation of the Zulu from a small clan into a dominant military force began with Shaka Zulu 1787 to 1828. Born the illegitimate son of Kona and a woman named Nandi, Shaka spent much of his early life in exile among the Mtewa people under the leadership of Dingiswayo, a powerful chief who had already begun unifying smaller groups in the region. Shaka trained as a warrior within Dingiswayo's forces, where he demonstrated exceptional combat skills and strategic brilliance. Following his father's death, Shaka, with Dingiswayo's backing, returned to claim leadership of the Zulu in 1816. However, when Dingiswayo was later killed by the Ndwandwe, led by Zudwe, Shaka assumed control not just of the Zulu but also of the broader Mtewa military network, consolidating his power and launching a series of aggressive military campaigns. Shaka's success can be attributed to his revolutionary military innovations. He transformed Zulu warfare by introducing the equal spear. Unlike the traditional long-throwing assegai, Shaka's short stabbing spear allowed for close combat, making Zulu warriors more effective in battle. Also, implementing the buffalo horns formation, a three-pronged tactical maneuver where the enemy was encircled and annihilated. In addition, instituting intense military discipline. Warriors were trained rigorously, lead the military regiment, Amabutho, and practiced long-distance speed marches without wearing sandals, making them more agile. Through these tactics, Shaka expanded Zulu control over a vast territory, incorporating various groups into the kingdom either through conquest or forced alliances. However, his campaigns also caused widespread devastation, contributing to the Mfukane Depression, a period of mass displacement and warfare across southern Africa. Shaka not only built a formidable military state, but also restructured Zulu society. He introduced a centralized administrative system that reduced the power of traditional chiefs, making them directly accountable to him. a strict regimental system that organized young men into age-based military units, fostering loyalty to the state rather than to individual clans. Also, a reformed economic system that emphasized cattle wealth and land redistribution, ensuring food security for warriors and their families. Despite his military and political genius, Shaka's rule became increasingly despotic following the death of his mother, Nandi, in 1827. He ordered extreme mourning rituals, including the execution of those who failed to grieve publicly. His growing paranoia and brutality alienated many within his court, leading to his assassination in 1828 by his half-brothers, Dingani and Malagana. Dingani assumed the throne but faced internal resistance and external threats. He sought to consolidate power by purging rivals and relocating settlement, but his leadership was soon tested by increasing interactions with European settlers, particularly the Voltrekkers, Dutch-speaking pioneers moving into Zulu lands. Tensions culminated in 1838 when Dingani lured a Voltrekka delegation led by Piet Retief to his kraal, executed them, and ordered attacks on Voltrekka encampments. This led to the famous Battle of Blood River on 16 December 1838, where a well-armed Voltrekka force, 470 men, using muskets and defensive loggers, wagon formations, annihilated a much larger Zulu army, over 10,000 warriors. This defeat weakened Dingani's position, and he was eventually overthrown by his half-brother, Mpande, in alliance with the Voltrekkers. Mpande's rule was marked by relative stability, but upon his death in 1872, Seshwaya extended the throne, seeking to restore Zulu power. However, the British Empire, eager to expand its influence in southern Africa, saw the Zulu military system as a threat. In 1879, the British issued an ultimatum demanding Zulu disarmament, which Seshwaya rejected, leading to the Anglo-Zulu War. The war most significant battle was at Izanwala on January 22, 1879, where Zulu forces inflicted a shocking defeat on the British, killing over 1,300 soldiers, one of the worst losses suffered by British troops in Africa. However, the British regrouped and decisively defeated the Zulu at Ulundu in July 1879, burning the capital and effectively dismantling the kingdom. Following the war, the British divided Zulu land into smaller chiefdoms, weakening its unity. Seswai was exiled. An attempt to restore Zulu sovereignty failed. By the early 20th century, Zulu independence was fully absorbed into the British and later South African administration. Despite military defeat, Zulu identity and traditions remain strong, influencing South African history and culture. The Zulu monarchy persists today as a symbolic entity, with modern Zulu kings serving as cultural leaders rather than political rulers. The Zulu Kingdom's rise, military brilliance, and resilience in the face of European colonialism remain a powerful chapter in African history, symbolizing both the height of indigenous power and the challenges posed by European expansion. Thanks for staying tuned. Once again, I am MARYAM. OLUGBODE.